So from your point of view, what has Bhangra music actually achieved in the UK as well as India?
Well, in the UK, right, what they have achieved, like the Bhangra scene, is that the old traditions and the old songs that were formerly in India have now been brought over here and been westernised, and that's what they are offering, and slowly it's going back to India as well.
English lyrics and more of an Eastern beat. Why don't more Asian bands actually pick up the English lyrics rather than just, going back in time and having sort of Asian lyrics? We should be moving with the times, don't you feel?
Well, slowly, as the times are going on, we are, like our band personally, we are trying to do, on our next cassette, we have got, no offence to Paul McCartney and all that, we are actually going along these themes, like Mullock Inside and all that. We'll be having songs, released, the English way sort of thing, with still Asian lyrics, but the English sort of style.
I think lyrically, the reason there's more Asian lyrics is because most of the bands at this present time, they're mostly older members, still
as well as that, they're producing for the Asian basically more than anything else.
I can hardly wait for the Asian version of Mullock Inside, actually.
But my bluing with sorrow was trimmen for him who will never return.
There's certain combinations of notes that are just sung in slightly different ways with different phrasing and intonation in both traditions. It's quite interesting to compare, say, Lakshmi Shankar with someone like Aretha Franklin or Terence Trent D'Arby and find that they're doing the same combinations of notes but at different parts in the phrases and with different feeling.
You've worked on 5 albums to date. It was quite intensive to start with. You did 4 albums within 2 years and then a 5-year gap, is that right?
Yes, that's right. We did a Monsoon album as well after the success with Ever So Lonely, but that isn't quite so well known because Monsoon disbanded before it was released, so it didn't get properly promoted. Then I did 4 solo albums in the space of 2 years, which is the intensive phase you're talking about. And I wanted time to explore music more generally, but also as a person I felt I needed time to reflect. I think in your teenage years you need that time to reflect. And I'd certainly, if I was not self-conscious before, I certainly got self-conscious with the amount of media attention and reflections that were being pushed back at me. Expectations from both the Western side and obviously the Asian side as well, your family philosophies that you inherit. And I really wanted to make sure that me as an individual was coming through.
Well, Steve, I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
Well, tell me about your background. You have been involved with fusing Asian sounds with Western sounds for quite some time now. What led you into that?
It was in 1979 and I first came across the Hindi films of the golden era, where there was a lot of melody around. It wasn't so obviously westernized as it was in the early 80s. And it just really caught my imagination.
So you've got your 3rd compilation now, about to be released in the autumn.
Yeah, actually the 3rd one was released at the end of last year. It was called Compilation 1, but we'd also released a compilation album in 82 and 83. And it's a pun on Asian. I mean, there have been lots of really good Bhangra compilations, but we've always tried to kind of look at the breadth of what's happening musically. So within that, you'll have the Bhangra bands. Within that, you'll have maybe the Hindi films that have started to be remixed. You'll have artists like Sheila Chandra and Najma Akhtar. You'll have artists like Sons of Arca who are doing quite different things from Bhangra. You know, you couldn't call them Bhangra, but on the other hand, they're all within this umbrella of Asian fusion.
Yeah, I
and
noticed
really
it's an
exciting.
excellent album,
Oh, thank
and
you.
yet it
Yeah.
did cover such a wide range of
Yeah,
music.
it's important also because
With Asha Bhosle as well.
Asha
and Linda
Bhosle,
Singh,
Lata
the
Mangeshkar,
traditional
yeah,
playback singers.
yeah. I mean, I support any Asian artist who wants to completely throw away any kind of Asianness in their identity or music and just wants to make great pop music. Because at the end of the day, I think we can get too stuck in the idea of Asian fusion, or is it ghazal jazz, or is it indie pop, or is it Asian, house? I mean, those are for a time they're useful kind of little definitions, but in the end, I don't believe people buy, in the mainstream anyway, I don't believe people buy music because it's Asian, because I think they buy it because it sounds great.
Sounds good, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
What about British Bhangra? Is there any group you like?
Yeah, the main Bhangra is the Punjabi. This is not a British Bhangra. British has never heard the bloody Bhangra. The Bhangra belongs to Punjab from India, Pakistan. There is no British Bhangra. Only one Bhangra, which is Punjabi. Keep Bhangra Punjabi tarz, Punjabi way. Don't bring the bloody stifty way. Okay? Thank you very much.
We're trying to cater for a wide audience, reason being most people seem to concentrate on the younger generation. But what we've gone for is lyrics, working on the lyrics a lot so that it has actual meaning to the song rather than just having just a certain degree to it.
Basically having a simple rhythm.
How would you describe your image?
It's westernised. We've got a westernised image, not glossy shirts and stuff like that. Trying to mix Bhangra music with a westernised image. Yeah. That's what we're trying to create.
We're mainly going for the main something different, something that will appeal to the young as well as the old. But again, not going one way or the other, which a lot of bands tend to do.
पटलई दुनिया सारी हाय इश्क बड़ा है मिठा इन पटलई दुनिया सारी हाय कन पड़वा के मुद्रा पाके बन गए गरीब कारी